A person that I've recorded with a bunch of times is the dirty uncle, everybody's dirty friend, Bob Levy.
Bob.
And he was very open back in the day. I think he may have actually been married at the time, which possibly was one of the reasons for one of those dozens of divorces he's had. About after parties and some of the shit that would go down after the shows and the nights out with the guys. And there's been lots of rumors that have said certain things like, I don't know, I'll not name names, but let's just say maybe Howard Stern was caught getting a beach at some party by a dirty hua, all kinds of stuff like that. So, do you have any good memories you could tell us about Howard Stern after parties? And who sucked Stern's dick? Go.
You want to take that, Chad? Or you want me to?
Wasn't invited, wasn't privy, so couldn't tell you.
Hughes, I never saw anything like that, and I was at the scores parties and stuff like that. Never saw any of that. Yeah, I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'd like to tell you something good, but that first of all, that room in the scores is like pitch black, and there's a bunch of guys in there, and then nobody was getting blown sitting next to other guys. You would kind of know that. And in this it's a very small area. So if someone was doing that, it would be apparent. So I have to give you a boring answer and say that never happened, in my opinion.
Well, what about with all the porn stars and stuff that used to come on the show? Because I remember Jenna Jameson used to be on the show a lot, and she's not exactly Rodney Dangerfield on Johnny Carson. No offense to her. So, and I always thought that she would come on that show so much, and like, who the fuck didn't want to bang her? Like you'd rather bang her than John Bonham's snare drum. And I just thought that there had to have been something going on with Stern and Jenna Jameson, particularly when she did the film. What was it called? Private Parts. And at that time, she was like it was between her and Pamela Anderson for the number one hua in the world. And I just thought,
Jenna McCarthy up there too.
Yeah, but she was an annoying. Good to see she's grown out of that phase, so right?
You're a fan first.
I'm a fan of that ass.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, that would be a kind of obvious thing to say. That it's like, oh yeah, Howard must have been having something going on with Jenna because she's on the show all the time. But how many men in America at that point would have been doing the same thing if they had that same access, right? I think she was just good for the radio, and she was good for the E! Show at that point because of who she was. I mean, everybody would have brought her on. I mean, even the ECW brought in Jenna Jameson at that point in the 90s. I mean, she was the it factor if you wanted to push it.
She used to bring up Tito Ortiz. Are you going to try and make time with a girl that's on Tito Ortiz's arm? That's a recipe for disaster.
I could easily get her. While she was with Tito Ortiz, I would say to him, "Hey Tito, spell bicycle." And while he's there within one of those few hours while we're waiting, I'd give her some sex.
You would give her the sex?
Oh yeah, all over it.
But well, if I answer that, like when he got single, Jenna's, of course, she was beautiful and all that, but he was doing quite well. I guess this is before he met Beth or whatever. Beth is, it's gorgeous, but I remember he had some kind of party. He invited everybody up to his apartment too. It was for that show, Son of the Beach, and this is when he was dating that girl that dated Tyson, Mike Tyson. Her name was Robin
Givens,
yeah, and she's
more like blowjob Givens. Am I
right? Yeah, but I know it. And then Angie Everhart used to be coming around. So those were the ones that were public. Who knows what he was doing? What he was creeping around when he got single, you know?
Yeah, because I think it was Steve Grillo said that he said he heard from a very good source that Stern banged what's her name? The woman that played his wife on Private Parts.
Oh, the Mary McCormick. She was cute too.
I'd like to sex her up with some sex.
You would give her the sex as well?
Right up in it. I'd say 2 sexes, please. But I always thought it was weird, like the fact that on the show they would have so many porno women on, and I thought there had to have been like a blowjob factory going on backstage. Because
I gotta tell you, man, like the show there was no time for that. I mean, you had 7 or 8 minutes during the commercials, and we were trying to get ready for the next segment, you know. And we had to, he was listening to tapes. He was, wondering what order we're going to do it in or what direction we're going to go in. And there was no blowjobs during the show. After the show, people went home. I had no idea what people were doing, but during the show, it was all business, except when that one time they had the porn star measuring people's penises in the bathroom. So I don't know what went on in that. Houston, I think that did that. They were measuring. Jackie got the smallest penis.
Wasn't she the woman that broke the record for?
Yeah.
You know what I've always thought about that, which is weird.
Like wanted to go last.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully, I'm not far back in the queue. But when people would be dating porn stars, and they'd be like, "Oh, I'm pretty liberal. I don't judge her. It's just a job." It's like, okay, honey. So what'd you film today? She says, a 350 man gangbang. You be like, what? Today?
Tough day, huh?
Yeah.
You want an ice bag? What?
Yeah. Are you sure you still want to go see the Flash? Like you don't need a line of fucking ice bath or something?
Yeah. I mean, like, yes, you're talking over dinner. I mean, that's a very strange thing. I mean, that's a good observation, man. I don't know how that would go.
Yeah, because I've always thought that because the way porno is these days, not that I watch it, but I definitely watch it. I think that HD camera has ruined porno because you can see like all the fucking the bad skin they have. You can see the marks from where their pimps been punching them, and there's nothing more gross than when some ladies had like 4 loads dropped in her face at once. And the camera gets right up in there, and you can almost see them swimming.
There wasn't time for a shower in between takes.
Yeah, it's like, why did you have to film it in my house?
That's a good point too, man.
I'm full of it. I'm full of it. People share that to me all the time.